What common product has a feature you're not sure everyone is aware of? When you are writing in Microsoft Word or Outlook and accidentally leave caps lock on, select the text and press Shift F3. It will change the text between upper and lowercase, and carries a third option to make the first letter of each word uppercase too. Always seems to blow people's minds when I tell them. Every car comes equipped with turn signals. You can use a dry erase marker to remove permanent marker on an erasable surface. If you hold down the spacebar on your iPhone, it allows you to move the cursor anywhere in the text. Baking soda is really good at removing baked-on grease and soap scum. Most ceiling fans have a switch to reverse direction of the blades. Set to clockwise at low speed in winter for an updraft that redistributes warmed air at the ceiling downward, and then switch to counterclockwise at higher speed in summer to create a cooling downdraft. Phones have headphones jacks so you don't have to use your speaker on public transportation. When Amazon asks can you answer this person's question about a product you have purchased, answering is optional. Please, stop with all the IDK, but for a friend etc. replies. You can mute many microwaves. YouTube hotkeys, toggles pause/play on the video no matter where you last clicked on the page, except the URL bar. The buttons to either side of it, J and L, skip forward or back by 10 seconds. The arrow keys skip forward and back by 5 seconds. The number keys skip you to whichever tenth of the video they correspond to, 0 to go to the start. M is mute, and C toggles the captions. There are push-in tabs on most aluminum foil and plastic wrap boxes to keep the roll from falling out. Staplers have a spring-loaded base plate that can be popped up and rotated, which will make the staples splay outward as opposed to inward. The rub is that nobody wants that, so as a practical joke I flip them for everyone's stapler and watches then go fucking batshit crazy. Most electric toothbrushes have a built-in 2-minute timer, because that's how long you're meant to brush your teeth, for your health. The Hitachi Magic Wand can also be used to massage your neck and shoulders. You can select an area to screenshot that you can simply copy-paste by pressing Windows plus Shift plus S. Laundry detergent has this cool feature where you probably only need about half the amount you usually use, or even less, if you're like me. Dragging a Google image to the search box to get better quality picture. The amount of people that don't know about Ctrl+F that I've talked to surprises me. String can be used to remove rings that are stuck/too tight on your finger super easily. On car fuel gauges, there is an icon that looks like a gas pump. Next to that icon carries a triangle. That triangle is pointing to the side of the car with the gas cap. A lot of cars with push-button starts have a small button on the outside door handle. This is for locking the door when you get out of the car without having to dig the fob out of your bag. Rubbing alcohol kills bed bugs. Actually kills most spiders and bugs, dries fast too so you don't have to worry about a pet or kid getting sick. When you have a baby you can return it to any fire department free of charge. The alignment of highway signs indicates which side the exit will be on. Does everyone know the toaster lever can be pulled up to raise the toast up to make it easier to grab? Because I was in my 30s when I learned. If you press the volume button while someone's calling, or even lock button for some phones, it will silence the ringer for that call. Really effective for when you don't want to pick up but the ringer is annoying, haha. Ctrl+L then Alt+Enter duplicates your current Chrome tab, saving you a bunch of clicks, copy-pasting the URL into a new tab. It's a small thing but useful if you like using the keyboard to navigate. Those small ice cream cups have paper lids strong enough to be a spoon, but that shit will never beat the individually wrapped wooden spoon. If you get kidnapped and stuffed in the trunk of a modern car, there is an emergency trunk release lever to help you escape. Masks are designed to have enough fabric/paper to go over your mouth and nose. iPhones have a back-tap feature which you can turn on for different kinds of shortcuts. Double tap the backside to take screenshot. On Windows 10, pressing the Windows key plus V will show you a list of recent stuff you've copied so that you can select one of it and paste it, not only the latest entry in the clipboard. Those little cardboard kids' juice boxes with the attached straws. The tops have these little folded wings on them. You can pry them up for little kids to use as handles so they don't squeeze juice everywhere. You can turn off autocorrect on your phone. The SWTCH on your car's rearview mirror is to toggle between day/nighttime driving. It's meant to dim the glare of headlights behind you. You can click the 3 dots in the upper right corner of a Facebook post and turn on notifications. You don't need to commenting to follow. You can also turn off notifications for a post you've already commented on using the same menu. In the same vein, you can use the share button to send a post in a private message rather than cluttering up the comments section by tagging your friends. I stands for 1, ONO stands for 0, off. With Google Chrome on mobile you can swipe between tabs by swiping in the URL area. You can open a program in Windows by just hitting the Windows key, typing the program name and hitting enter. Faster than going into submenus. I haven't tried it but apparently Happy Meal boxes from McDonald's have pull tabs near the bottom so you can separate the top from the bottom. It makes a little tray/plate you can eat off of. You can mute those obnoxious gas pump TV ads by pressing the button that's second from the top on the right side. On Zoom meetings, you can mute yourself and just press and hold the spacebar when you need to speak. On most desktop browsers you can emulate web page in different mobile and tablet sizes by going to Developers Tools (DIP). You can use this to upload photos to Instagram from your computer. Windows has a built-in screen capture function. Hit Win-Shift-S. No need for some snipping tool program. Smartphones have a power off button. The toothpaste bottles, the paint bottles and so have a little spike inside of the cap that's meant to pierce the piece of foil on the top of the bottle. From what I've seen, not many people know about this. In Google Chrome you can paste without styles formattings by pressing Ctrl-Shift-V. So there's no need to paste styled text into Notepad only to copy it again to get rid of the styles formatting. Oven doors come off. Just open till the first stop and pull straight up. I don't know how many people I've seen stretching to clean the back. Most spaghetti forks, that funky utensil you use to pick up cooked spaghetti, have one large round hole in the center. Aside from helping it drain, it is also sized to be exactly one serving of uncooked spaghetti. On Windows computers, Windows key plus D will minimize all of your windows and take you to the desktop, which can save a lot of time when you have a lot of windows open. On Leatherman Multitools, the base of the can opener has a rudimentary wire stripper. It works like shit. Turn airplane mode and enter the single-player game. If it doesn't allows you to play without internet and it was free, it means that game is taking your internet information as a payment. Posting and replying on every social media platform and every comment section is optional. On Snap-Off Blade Knife, the plastic part you have to remove in order to insert a new blade has a slot that is actually meant to snap the blade off. The hole in pot handles will keep the spoon up. I've heard it's possible to mute Netflix from playing trailers out loud of everything you scroll past. I don't remember how they said to do it. If anyone knows please advise. Ctrl+Shift+Escape brings up the task manager without closing down everything like Ctrl+Alt+Del does. Pressing the middle mouse button on a link opens the link in a new tab. Coffee cup lids have that small hole at the back to avoid you creating a vacuum when you take a sip. It allows the air to flow and stops you getting a big glug of hot coffee down your front. I always make sure the hole is open and not melted shut, and people are often confused why I do it. So many people aren't aware of Windows Print to PDF feature. If you ever want to save a web page, article, or just about anything in PDF form, just hit Ctrl+P and the drop-down menu should have Print to PDF as an option. If you want to take a snippet of something on your computer, there is also the snipping tool. Hit the Windows key and type snip and it should be the first result. Vehicles have the ability to decrease in speed without applying the brakes by simply lifting one's foot off the gas. Helpful tip for those who start riding the brake 5 miles away from the light. Tab advances your cursor between fillable fields. Everyone knows this. If you go past the one you want, Shift-Tab moves your cursor backwards between fields. Dryer doors have the ability to be moved to the other side. So if you don't have room to open on the left, switch the door to the other side. When listening to a voice message you can just put it up to your ear like making a phone call and your phone automatically switches speakers. You don't need to be a jackass blasting at full volume in the middle of public transportation. The ring pull-on cans is easier to open if you push the front part down, which lifts up the back. This saves the awkward clawing at it to get it open. Soda cans. The tab can be turned around and used to hold a straw in place after popping open the can. Adjustable squares have a little knurled knob on the body that is the end of a wee scratch all stored inside it. Went through my entire apprenticeship not knowing that and was flabbergasted when I figured it out. Alt+Tab will let you switch windows quickly on most operating systems. If you put a toothbrush to the top of your vibrator, it's a free vibrating toothbrush. There's sometimes a warming drawer underneath some ovens. Looks like a regular cabinet/skirting that people overlook. Obviously depends on what kind of oven and where its position, but is quite common in UK households, especially with smaller kitchens. Pills that can be taken at half dose are scored down the middle so they can be split easily. BMWs have driver adjustable turn signals. You can fly at an airport without announcing it on Facebook. When you enter a thread on Reddit mobile, there is a little button with two verses stacked on top of each other. Click it and you will skip down to the next stop in the thread. You can also hold that button down and relocate it. There are small tabs at each end of most foil and saran wrap boxes. Push in the tabs to prevent the roll of foil or saran from falling out of the box. Glass cleaner, the liquid one that comes in a sprayer, is an excellent mosquito killer and prevents stains in case you hit them. That you can use all the carriages on the train, not just the first one you come to. I couldn't count the number of times the first carriage is full, totally fully, while the last carriage has nearly no one in it. Does your doorknob have a button on the back? Does it have a little line indented on the button? Push the button in, turn it 90 degrees and it will stay in. Now you have a vestibule lock that will always be locked. No need to remember if you locked it or not. Big downside is that you will always need your key when you leave. But for things like storerooms or just places you need to keep locked up all the time, it's handy. On the iPhone calculator, turning your screen landscape will give you a scientific calculator. Baby onesies have the overlap at the shoulders so you can pull it down the kids and off if they have a diaper blowout. So much better than trying to get a shit-covered onesie over their head. I'm so annoyed that I found out about this after I was done with the baby stage. Most gas station coin-operated air compressors have a button on the back. Press this button 3 times and the pump starts automatically. Those cardboard 4-drink holders you get from fast food restaurants are fitted to be slotted into your car's middle drink holders. Most elf lipsticks have a base that pop off and its lip balm the same color as the lipstick. Google Photos can read text from images and send the clipboard content to the PC. If your vehicle has fog lights, those lights on the bottom of your bumper, those lights are meant for driving in fog. A simple experiment: go out at night, stop your car, turn your low beams on, fog lights off, see where your eyes are drawn to. Now, turn your fog lights on, and watch your eyes get drawn to a point closer to your vehicle. You can actually see less when you have your fog lights on, when it isn't foggy. I think vehicles shouldn't even have fog lights, because the majority of people don't seem to understand them. On Firefox at least, you can press F6 and then the search bar is highlighted for you, so you can type in the website you're looking for without having to move the mouse. If you're fueling your car, there is tilde, often tilde C erection, sometimes a little keypad on the pump where it's possible to set a limit on the amount you spend. The pump will cut off just before you reach the limit. How this is done varies by pump manufacturer, but there are instructions. Similarly, bear in mind that, at least here in the UK, most pumps seem to have hoses which are actually long enough to reach around the back of a car, so worrying about which side the filler cap is on shouldn't be required. But if it still bothers you, look at which way the little triangle in the fuel gauge is pointing. Vegetable peelers work in both directions. Most of the time you don't have to lift them up, you can just go all the way back and keep peeling. Cars have a lever by the steering wheel where you can indicate or signal which way you're planning to turn. You can click links with scroll on your mouse and they will open in new tab. Also you can close tabs with it. Most caulking guns have a hole in the squeeze handle to snip off the tip of a new tube of caulk.